YouTube, how you doing? Murphy here bringing you another product review. Today's review is going to be on the XVX M61. This is a 60% keyboard offering from XVX, and we'll get into the specifications and what I think about the keyboard and all of that, but as usual, we're going to start off by talking about the design and the build quality. So in the box, you're going to get, obviously, the keyboard. You're also going to get a basic USB-C cable and a keycap removal tool. It also comes with a matching mouse pad included in the box. That's pretty cool. That's something that you typically don't see shipped with a gaming keyboard. So I thought that was a nice touch, especially if you already don't have a mouse pad, one's included for you. Now, as far as the design of the keyboard is concerned, this keyboard is available in two different themes. This is the Coral Sea theme, and then it's also available in an Izakaya theme, and both look really good. As you can see, the entire case has a great design aesthetic to it, and they really did a great job of matching the case design with the keycaps themselves. Now, these designs aren't going to be for everyone, but if you like one of these two themes, this is just a really cool keyboard. And I'll touch a little bit more on that at the end of the video when I kind of give my final thoughts, but just overall a really cool, clean design aesthetic. So for the design, typical 60% keyboard layout, really great color scheme and design for the keycaps. You've got 4 rubber bump-ons on the back, which is going to keep this firmly planted on your desk. It's not going to slide around on you a lot when you're doing any gaming or anything like that. Right in the center on the back, you've got the XVX logo, and you've got your on and off switch here on the back at the top for your wireless mode, and right here is where you can store your USB dongle. So that's pretty convenient as well. It does have RGB backlighting, and it's quite bright. Looks really great in person. Hopefully the camera's picking that up well. Very bright and vibrant RGB lighting. Now, as far as the build quality is concerned, I don't really have any complaints. The case itself is very sturdy and rigid. There's no flexing or bending on any of the side panels. This case is a unibody design, so it's going to be very durable. These are PBT keycaps, so they're going to be very durable as well. Realistically, they should last you for the life of the keyboard. Now, as far as specifications are concerned, this keyboard is about 11.5 inches long by about 4 inches wide by roughly 1.3 inches in height. This keyboard does feature pre-lubed stabilizers, anti-ghosting, in-key rollover, and this keyboard is wireless. Obviously, you saw that USB dongle on the back. This is a 2.4 gigahertz wireless keyboard, which means you're gonna get reduced latency, and that's gonna be great for those of you who are looking to game wirelessly. Also, this keyboard is gonna be compatible with a whole range of devices from Windows PCs to Mac devices and even Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Also, this keyboard does come with a pretty good software option, and I'll go ahead and show you some of that software now. All right, so once you download the software and open it up, this is what you're gonna be presented with. You can see here that you can actually come in here and customize per key macros, hotkeys, things like that. You've also got a lighting tab where you're going to be able to control a lot of different lighting functions. Here up top, you can see all of the different lighting functions that come preloaded onto the keyboard. And for most of these, you're also going to be able to choose either full color, single color. You can also control the speed and the brightness. And for some of the effects, I don't think this is one of them, but for example, scrolling, you can actually choose the direction that these LED functions go in. And I'll go through a few of these now. Here's static, glittering, falling, colorful, breathe, spectrum, outward, scrolling, rolling, rotating, explode, which is going to be a reactive mode based on whatever key you press, launch, ripples, flowing, pulsating, tilt, and shuttle. Also, you have a gaming mode up top. You can turn this on to disable certain keys, especially that pesky Windows key that gets in everybody's way when they're gaming. You can turn this on if you'd like. And then of course, you can assign new macros. All right, guys, and that's pretty much it for the software. One last thing we'll finish up with before I get to my final thoughts on the keyboard is a quick sound test. My review unit here has the Gate-A-Round red switches. Again, pre-lubed stabs. I haven't made any other kind of modifications, so this is stock. I think stock, this is actually a pretty good sounding keyboard. Again, keep things in perspective here. This is not a $150 keyboard. This is a sub $80 keyboard. In fact, typically you can find it on Amazon for closer to like $70. And I honestly think that the acoustics that you're getting out of this keyboard is pretty solid for being stock at that price point. Even the stabilizers that are pre-lubed, there's maybe a touch of rattle in there. But overall at this price point, I have no real complaints about the acoustics. All right, so wrapping up, what are my overall thoughts on this keyboard and would I recommend that you buy it? I think the two main factors here that you have to take into consideration are one, the design aesthetic, and two, the fact that at roughly $75, you are getting wireless functionality here, which is something that you usually have to go up above $100 to really get any kind of decent wireless functionality out of a keyboard. So let's address a couple of things here. First, you're getting a lot for the money. Design aside, you're getting Gate-A-Round switches, pre-lube stabs, wireless functionality, and a pretty decent software option for controlling macro functions and RGB lighting effects. The one thing that I think is really missing here is the fact that you're not getting a hot swap PCB. Again, is that a deal breaker at this price range? Probably not. I just feel that that's one thing that's really missing. It's really the only knock I have on this keyboard. Now let's talk about the design. Admittedly, these two designs that are available are not going to be for everyone. What I will say though is that if you do like one of these two designs, you're going to be hard pressed to find a more complete package than this, especially at this price range. To get a case this well designed, it's rare to see a keyboard case with this kind of design, and the keycaps are really nice. And I'm not just talking about the design here, I'm talking about the fact that they are very durable, they're very smooth, very nice to type on. They're just a good set of keycaps. And I can tell you from personal experience, a decent set of keycaps with this kind of design aesthetic to them would probably cost you about as much as this entire keyboard would by itself. Let's say you got an ePBT keycap set that was like this at a group buy, you're looking at probably about $80, give or take, for this keycap set. And the same can be said for the Izakaya theme. So I would say that if you really just hate the design aesthetics of these two keyboards, maybe go a different direction. But if you like this design at all, one of these two designs, I think you're getting a lot for the money, and I can definitely recommend this keyboard. With that being said, that wraps up my review. If you guys enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button. If you want to see other content like this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you can be notified of when I post new content. All the purchase links as well as the download link to the software will be down in the description below. And YouTube, we'll catch you later.